Gooseworx recently answered a lot of interesting new fan questions on her Tumblr. In episode 4, Jax is in for a torture. It's so serious that Jax might try to kill Gangle, Kinger, or Zooble. In the new episode, we'll also see the divergence of the adventure into several different paths. One path will be much easier, while another will lead the characters into the most dangerous parts of the Digital Circus. In the new episode, we will see some flashbacks of the characters and learn more about C&A, the company that created the Digital Circus. In addition to Spudsy's restaurant, the new location in episode 4 will be a deserted Western-style location. In this video, I'll tell you all the craziest theories on the 4th episode of the amazing Digital Circus. Let's start with what's in store for the main characters in the new adventure in episode 4. In the trailer of the upcoming episodes and on the TADC Cafe comic, we see that there will be something wrong with Jax in episode 4. I think it's the fact that Gangle will be made manager of Spudsy's restaurant. Through this, she will be able to get revenge on Jax for all the times he bullied her. But I'm sure that won't be the only reason why the new episode will be a living hell for Jax. In episode 3, we first encountered the fact that Kane created 2 possible paths for the adventure. One path is as simple and boring as possible. On it, the adventure turns into an easy walk through a new location and a nice conversation with an NPC. On the second path, the adventure turns into a terrible ordeal for the protagonists. I got the idea that in episode 4, the new adventure would also have multiple paths to follow, as well as multiple possible locations that vary depending on the path. The first easiest path through the new adventure would be to work for Orbsman at Spudsy's restaurant. In the difficult path of passage, the main characters will have to leave the confines of the shopping center where Spudsy's restaurant is located. What location is outside of the mall? If you look closely at the colors and font used in the TADC Cafe promo comic, you'll realize that they very much resemble a font similar to the lettering of Wild West saloons. I think there will be a large desert setting outside, and the second adventure path will have a Western-style theme. Which characters won't be able to work at Spudsy's and will go to the wilderness? I think the first of the contenders would just be Jax. On Tumblr, a fan asked Gooseworx what happened to Gangle's mask in the latest promo screen, which is reminiscent of the comic book. Gooseworx replied, "You'll have to wait and see." With this answer, the creator always avoids spoilers that pertain to new episodes. I think Gangle's new mask will be much stronger, and Jax won't be able to do anything with it. Also, Gangle will become much more confident and will decide to teach Jax a lesson. So Jax will always get Gangle to run the toughest errands possible, do the dirtiest jobs in the restaurant, and serve the rudest customers. I can speak with confidence that this is how it will play out. A Tumblr user asked Gooseworx if Jax will be tortured in future episodes. Gooseworx replied, "Depends on what you count as torture." I believe that answer means, with about 100% probability, that Jax will be seriously tested and tortured in the new episodes. Eventually, Jax will lose his motivation to work at Spudsy's and will start to intentionally do badly. Because of this, Gangle will fire Jax. Kane will then come to check on how the main characters are doing and send some of them on another adventure. At first, Jax will be happy that he might not have to work at Spudsy's restaurant anymore, which means he can finally have some fun. But what he doesn't know yet is that he's going to embark on a challenging path of adventure. The second character to embark on a challenging alternate adventure path in episode 4 is Pomni. At Spudsy's restaurant, the main characters will have to prepare food and serve customers. I have reason to believe that Pomni will do both tasks worse than the other characters. First, back a long time ago on Tumblr, a fan asked Gooseworx which of the people stuck in the Digital Circus cooks the worst. Gooseworx replied that it was Pomni, so Pomni won't be handling the cooking. Most likely, the head cook at Spudsy's restaurant will be Zooble. In Tumblr, Gooseworx confirmed that of all the main characters, the best bartender would be Zooble. In that case, Pomni would have to clean the restaurant and serve the customers. We can understand from previous episodes that most of the time Pomni is either apathetic from being powerless in finding a real way out of the Digital Circus, or she is in an anxious state because of the dangers that the adventure consists of. Pomni gets very anxious when she encounters battles in the adventures. This is because Pomni, on a subconscious level, cannot accept the fact that she is in a virtual world. For this reason, she is worried that she might truly die. Because Pomni will be sad and irritable, she will at some point snap and be rude to customers. For this reason, Gangle will suspend her from her job, and Pomni will go on an alternate challenging adventure. The third character to go on a desert adventure will be Kinger. As soon as I saw the comic book style promo for the 4th episode of the amazing Digital Circus, I was immediately very suspicious that we didn't see Kinger in the uniform of an employee of Spudsy's restaurant. Since the restaurant is going to be a pretty flashy place, Kinger won't be able to control himself like he did last time. I'm willing to bet that Gangle either asked Kinger not to work with the others at the beginning of the adventure, or will fire him in the process due to Kinger dropping dishes and scaring off customers. Thus, Kinger, Jax, and Pomni will embark on an alternate challenging desert adventure. What does the adventure have in store for them? Ragatha mentioned at the end of episode 2 that Kane often uses old NPCs in new adventures, so Pomni will still get a chance to see Gumigo. Gumigo's crocodile crew were bandits, but their design was very reminiscent of cowboys from the Wild West. I think the group of characters will get to visit Gumigo's home village in the wilderness. We will see his friends, Max and Chad, again. Also, the village elder will definitely be Gumigo's mom. According to the crocodile, his mom is an experienced hunter and bandit because she is the one who taught him everything he knows. Pomni will have high hopes of meeting Gumigo, but he will be nowhere to be found in the village. The characters will learn from the other crocodiles that Gumigo never returned to the village. Max and Chad will remember that Gumigo left with the main characters. Since Gumigo never returned, his mother will assume that the main characters killed him. For this, the crocodiles will capture and tie up Pomni, Jax, and Kinger. They will make them fight in the very stadium that Kane showed in the trailer of the new episodes as a still unfinished location. In this arena, the heroes will have to fight another Fudge. If you look closely at the signs at the entrance to the Candy Kingdom in the second episode, you can see that there is more than one Fudge monster painted there. That means there are at least 2 of them. The crocodiles will try to feed the heroes to Fudge in the stadium. The arena will be illuminated by bright spotlights, so Kinger won't be able to do anything useful in confronting the monster. Pomni will be too scared. At that point, Jax will need to take action. Jax will probably be excited for an epic battle at first. But because of the bright lights, Kinger will not just not help Jax. In the course of the battle, Kinger will be the opposite, hindering Jax. As a result, Jax will be the loser. Jax sees Kinger as a madman, so he will get angry and decide to kill Kinger first and then finish the fight with Fudge. At this point, Jax will say, "I want you dead." When Gooseworx was asked to name any Jax phrase from episodes yet to come, she wrote this exact line. Fudge ends up swallowing all the characters. Sitting in his stomach, Jax will tell Pomni some of his backstory and we'll see some flashbacks to his past life and traumatic experiences. I think Jax will be able to tell us something about C&A. He probably worked there, and unlike other characters, he might Pomni something. The fact that Jax can break the fourth wall and his realization that it is all a show was what brought me to this thought. Jax and Pomni will remember that big monsters like Queen Gloink or Fudge are vulnerable to glitches. In the pilot, Queen Gloink was defeated by a glitchy, abstracted Kaufmo. Pomni will cause a collision bug and use it to punch their stomach from the inside and defeat Fudge. What do you think about it? What awaits Jax on his new adventure? Write your thoughts and theories in the comments, and I'll be sure to read them. The best comments will make it into the new videos. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Good luck, everyone, and bye-bye.